Welcome back to Karina Cone channel. With all the chaos in the outside world, I think it's good sometimes to go into that inner world. You can do that through yoga or meditation or sleep or even helping others. It's whatever makes you happy. But I'm going to invite you into the world of Sylvie's wish. For those of you who've been following, you know about this human girl who became a mermaid and a fairy. Now she's going deeper into the woodlands to meet the Green Man with her companion Charlie the Unicorn. The music I have found on YouTube is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to give him a mention in the feed under the video. His name is Derek Fletcher. So this is fantasy and dark music. This is Celtic fairy music. And I just thought it was so magical I had to use it. What better way to tell you the story of Faersylvie and Charlie the Unicorn with Celtic fairy music. So here we go. Their first point of call was to meet and talk to the Green Man. He is the father of all living creatures of the forest and the trees. He was extremely wise. He could reveal more to Charlie and Faersylvie about their journey and how to navigate their way to fairyland. The Green Man is thought to be the oldest kind of nature spirit. The fir tree represents, his face is a mixture of oak leaves, fir and pine branches and vines. So that's a little image of the Green Man. All illustrations are done by Celia Gregory Dupes. I think this is quite a magical image of the Green Man. And in the book as well, it goes through in the glossary to sort of explain some of the ancient mythological meanings. His face is a mixture of oak leaves, fir and pine branches and vines. The fir tree represents eternal time. The pine represents hope in adversity. The oak tree has been known to be home to many fairy kings and queens. It is an ancient and revered tree that holds important healing magic for the forests, with its bark, branches and leaves. This adventure was becoming quite strange for Faersylvie. She had never knowingly ventured so deep into the woods. She had read it could be dangerous, as certain pixies, pukas and other unusual fairies could play mischievous and sometimes dangerous tricks upon humans. But that was her human mind thinking. She promised herself to stop worrying, and she began to think again as a happy fairy. Her soft, delicate golden wings moved gently to and fro with the soft breeze upon Charlie's back. Her pretty little hands held on to his sparkling white mane. Faersylvie did not know yet, she was soon to learn, the rituals and chants required to be accepted and respected by the magical little people of Elfame. There was now no sign of the sea behind them. The sun was shining through the gaps in the trees. Many animals, birds and insects were wandering about, preparing for their day ahead. All the animals smiled and waved at Charlie the Unicorn and the new fairy girl Faersylvie as they went and looked for the Green Man. "Hello there," called a deep voice from the trees. There he was, a wonderful, happy, old-looking face that peered out at Faersylvie and Charlie from a beautiful fir tree with acorns and berries between the many leaves. A chirpy squirrel was just leaving. with a handful of acorns, thanking the Green Man for his advice. The Green Man's face full of wisdom with lots of lines. He had a wonderful presence of peace and happiness. The Green Man spoke. "Well done, Charlie the Unicorn. You have clearly been chosen to bring this special fairy girl to Elfame. I welcome you, Faersylvie, and I trust you will learn all you need to learn and explore all the wonders that live here. With you, we shall share our magic and love of the land with all the creatures of this woodland kingdom. Sadly, many humans have lost their way to our world's knowledge, so we have had to protect ourselves. We had to be careful with whom we share the innermost secret mysteries of the earth, human or non-human, before they can truly become one of us. As you both know, you must come with respect and peace in your heart for the people of Elfame in order to enter their realm. They will give you a sign and join in their love and light like you have never experienced. I will send a blessing through the ground as you journey forward. The fairy wind will bestow you both with courage and faith, so both of you shall come to no harm. Remember to say in your mind, I who walk with angels would walk with the fairies. I bless you both and wish you happiness on your adventures. Faersylvie, know this. You are a unique individual, as you have been given to us from the human world. Please remember to not be daunted, to not be scared by whatever you may face before you. The gods and goddesses of all the angels have chosen well. I can feel the pure love in your heart minds. This is a very special fairy energy given to you, bestowed upon children and to certain young human teenagers and even some human adults who still believe we exist. Sadly, in the human world, many children and young adults lose this magical energy through eating the wrong foods, watching too much television, playing too many computer games, using their phones all the time, or just too much excess technology. All they need to do is to step out in nature. But with all the other things that they're doing, it leaves very little time to use their imagination. So their eyes do not see us in gardens or woodlands. All of these other unnatural things can destroy happy brain cells. They spend way too much time in unnatural environments like shops, supermarkets, or shopping malls. Many young people no longer respect or understand nature, but not all of them. The reason is simple. They do not understand or know the real truth of the magic that surrounds them in their own world. The Green Man carried on with a heavy sigh. Sadly, many children on Earth have lost their essence of internal magical innocence that they were given by the elemental kingdom when they were born. This is a gift given to every human from the natural world. It is bestowed on every child on their day of birth, their birthday. Dear Faersylvie, you can help show the lost humans that there are other ways to be and lead them back to their true selves. The Green Man said, I'm talking too much. I just had to share my deep tree feelings. Be on your way. Follow the pathway behind me that leads to a violet cloak in the deep woods. This secret veil entrance will part and open as you walk through whilst you recite the secret message to the fairies. Today, Faersylvie, you will be made an official fairy. Faersylvie, know this. You will be able to pass through this veil always when you listen to your true heart, even when you become human again. Give my love to the beautiful fairy queen and my regards to the fairy king if you should see him. Enjoy the magic. Now, as you, the listener, we're now going to be soon entering fairyland with Faersylvie. So I felt it's necessary for you to know why humans are at this crossroads on their evolutionary earthly sojourn, which is their current journey that we're all presently on. No matter when you watch this video, this is part of the sojourn that we are all on as a humanity. The fairy queen was very wise and beautiful, but she had hidden from her people a very deep inner sadness. As the fairy queen of her elfin people, she privately despaired of what was happening with the minds of humanity. She knew the truth, that many humans did not respect or even try to understand their beloved Mother Earth. She was aware her fairy kingdom had much work to do, and there were many challenges to face. The fairy queen had respect for the angels above. She was intrigued by this action of Father Sky, Mother Earth, and the angelic realm to deliver to her kingdom this human girl as a fairy and a mermaid. In her ancient etheric soul, she knew there was a much deeper meaning and purpose for all that was happening. Recently, in fairyland, there had been another human miracle, and she was currently living amidst the fairies. A lady who was once a human had become known now as the Butterfly Lady. I'm sorry. The joy of technology. The Butterfly Lady. The Fairy Queen had recently put her in charge of the new Fairy Kingdom Peace Headquarters. Her transformation story would be revealed in time to Faersylvie. The Fairy Queen was feeling relieved and starting to believe, you know what, maybe miracles can happen. Due to the new peace mission that was evolving at the peace headquarters in Fairyland. Despite the secret, deep, sad and personal pain in her own Fairy Queen heart, she knew this was an extraordinary time in fairy and human history. It was to be a time to heal all pain, no matter how traumatic the past had been. She could not tell anyone about her own personal dark story. However, this happy news from Mother Earth, Father Sky and the Green Man upon the fairy wind cheered her up immensely, helping her to smile and feel good inside. Now, as we know, fairies love all flowers and all types of plants, herbs and trees of the earth. They tend to them, working with their natural life cycles, giving them lots of positive life force energy, happy colours and fragrances for humans to enjoy. They mix with the airs, the earth's soils, fires and waters, and are described as earthly, heavenly magic. This is visible to human eyes on a daily basis, but the invisible false light keeps it from humans' third eyes. Hence, humans cannot see clearly nature's magic. This explains why humans cannot see the elemental beings anymore through their two human eyes. It is said in ancient fairy tales that humans had created an invisible veil. This is why they cannot see this nature magic happening around them everywhere. Humans, especially adults, muddy their minds with worry and fear. These nature spirits have to protect themselves from mental negative energies of humans that can be very, very toxic. Sadly, many humans emit these negative frequencies unknowingly onto themselves and the earth and its life-giving waters. Two of the fairies' favourite flowers were to be presented to Faersylvie that very day, as she was about to enter fairyland. Golden ragwort, an ancient flower that helps fairies' flying energy for long journeys, and roses, flowers bestowed upon the blessed fairies that also work with the angels of the skies. Roses also worked with the mermaids of the oceans and goddesses of the earth. Noble fairies are artistic elemental beings with gifts for healing, songwriting, storytelling, music making, mystical dancing, expressive poetry, wild drama performances, and incredible art. All these gifts belong to these ancient mystical beings. They can share this knowledge with humans who can express themselves and want to share their mystical messages with humanity through their talents. It was these fairies, along with the new mystical butterfly lady and the fairy queen, who were destined to spend time with Faersylvie and teach her their special nature secrets and history, or her story, or now it's our story. This knowledge and these gifts would help the good-natured humans. These good humans believed in and communicated daily with the fairy, merfolk, and angelic realms. This is how they would dissolve the forces of the false shadows. This was to be a new mission known as the love unknown. Many humans, and even some elemental beings, had never experienced this before. Enough was enough. It was time. So that's another excerpt of Sylvie's Wish. I hope you enjoyed. It's a lot of information to take in there, and allows you to process what appears to be going on in the outside world is utterly chaotic. But even in chaos, there is a higher divine order. That is what we need to trust. We need to trust in that wisdom within ourselves and all other realms, invisible or visible. Thank you for listening, and love to you on your journey. My name is Karina Cohn with sylvieswish.com.